Hello everyone, I'm Reed. Recently, I've looked through the front page of YouTube, and the most viewed strategies for 1v1 are completely dated. There's popular ones you see in game like Patrol Boss 1 Rush, Mega Android on Wave 9, but these strategies fizzle out after only a few waves, and they're easily countered by common towers like Marksman or Gold Scout and Enforcer. So I aim to make something more robust, something that keeps going for wave after wave. And I'm going to start off by making the deck and explaining each tower one by one. So obviously we're going to need a farm because it generates money, and we need a lot of money to send a lot of boss ones. And secondly, we're going to go with Shotgun. Shotgunner is going to be our early game tower. It's extremely cheap, it only costs 300, and you only need 2 of them to defend up to wave 9. Granted, you'll take a lot of damage, but it's very safe to play it. And our next tower is going to be a Marksman. The Marksman is a excellent tower. It's very cheap. When you upgrade it to level 3, it does amazing damage. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's more damage than the Commando, because the Commando can barely kill boss 1, and Marksman level 3 can kill boss 1 very easily for about the same cost. We only really need 1 or 2 of them down in the field with this loadout. It's not really necessary to spam them because you're not going to be doing too much defending. And our next tower is going to be the Anarchist. The Anarchist is basically what makes this strat work well, because it can send a 450 HP unit that travels very quickly. And when you combine that with boss 1 rushing, you have a very deadly combo that most people aren't going to predict, and most people definitely aren't going to be able to counter it without certain towers. Our final tower is going to be the Commander. Now, the reason I have the Commander is because sometimes you will have to defend a rush, because this strategy doesn't really start rushing too well until wave 11 or 12. If you're up against like a Patrol Boss 1 Rush, they're going to have a ton of bosses on the field before you, and you can just counter that because you had 3 Marksmen and a Commander, and I guess they'd have to be level 3 Marksmen, but that Patrol Boss 1 Rush is completely countered with no need to even sell your farms. Alternatively, you could try to get something like a Graveyard. If you have a Graveyard, you can technically upgrade it to level 3 and get out a big 150 HP unit at the last second. Let's say you're struggling to defend for some reason, but the other side is struggling to defend. You can whip out a Graveyard and maybe turn the tides just a little bit. And you could do Flame or DJ, just any kind of support. But this 5th tower is not really going to be used too often, because you'd be losing your focus on the boss 1 rush. Alright, now I'm going to cut to when I found a match, because it takes... Alright, I finally got somebody. They're running Enforcer, Commando, and Anarchist, which isn't going to be too much of a problem. Commando does not do very well against the Mega Android, let alone boss 1 rush. The only one that I'd be worried about is the Enforcer. So right off the bat, the strategy starts just at the map screen. You want to pick a map that's 170 in length or less, if you can. If you don't want to let them in on what your strategy is, you want to avoid picking a super short map, because they'll probably just expect it to be an aggressive strategy. Okay, I'm going to start off with a farm at level 2. Looks like our opponent is starting off with an Enforcer and a level 1 farm. I still don't think that Enforcer is going to be an issue. Because unfortunately for him, without adequate farms, he's not going to be able to get his Enforcer to level 4. And level 4 is when the Stun Baton comes out, which causes the most issues for us using the Anarchists and all. Okay, I'm going to drop another farm down with the end of wave cache that I just got. Now I've got 2 farms. I'm going to focus on this level 2 farm here. With the end of wave cache, I can make it to level 3. And then I got 2 options. I can either make this farm level 2, or I can try to make this one level 4. So for this, I'm going to go with the level 2 farm. A lot of zombies are going to get past in the beginning. That's not an issue as long as you're tracking them. It's mostly the slows that are going to deal enough damage to wipe you out. See, we're already halfway dead. And our shotgunner just got us enough money to make a level 4 farm with the end of wave cache. I'm going to go ahead and drop another shotgunner here. That way it will take care of the rest of these slows. And then focus on getting this farm to level 3. Make sure you're checking the normal zombies because sometimes they'll send you speedies. And when you're playing with very low health, that can easily wipe you out if too many get through. Alright, I've got a level 3 farm here. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Not even close enough to kill us. So I can get this farm to level 4 now at the end of wave 7. There we go. And I have enough for another farm. Now the boss is about to come out here at wave 8. We've got 2 level 4 farms, a couple shotgunners, and an extra farm. This guy over here has got a level 3 Enforcer and a couple of level 3 farms. There's the boss. Since this map is long enough, I should be able to just upgrade this farm without any risk. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and place extra farms, as many as I can really. And then I'm going to wipe out these slows with the Anarchist and place down my marksman here in the back. You don't want to place it too far in the front because then it's just going to be focusing on regular zombies. You want your marksman to be focused on the bosses, because that's its job. If it's not killing bosses, it is being useless. Shotgunners can take care of anything else. So I'm not doing too much damage with this level 1 marksman. I'm going to go ahead and get it to the next level here. My opponent is doing very poorly. It looks like they've set up a Stun Baton here in the back and a level 3 Enforcer here in the back as well. I think they're anticipating a wave 9 Anarchist droid rush, but that's not what we're aiming for. What we're actually going to do here is we're going to send boss 1s. And then we will upgrade our Anarchist. Alright. Things are going very smoothly. Going to send a few more boss 1s. So you see back here that level 4 Enforcer could easily destroy one of our androids if it was by itself. But we're smarter than that. We're going to send a ton of boss ones here. As you can see, they are marching very quickly. He is definitely starting to panic here. Now, we've got 36 seconds left until our next android. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn a few more boss ones. Because currently on our side, he's not sent anything. We are very safe. Alright, now we will send the Mega Android here in 16 seconds when it spawns. You can see our boss ones have begun to engage the Enforcers. Since mysteries are coming out, I'm going to go ahead and place 2 shotguns since I'm already doing very well at the moment. There is a pretty healthy boss one here. I'll just put one more shotgun down just in case. And I'm going to send out more boss ones with my cash. This is now wave 14. He's got 2 stun batons and a graveyard. The Mega Android is making its way. It looks like it is not going to have the boss ones to back it up this time. However, if you pay attention here, the boss ones are getting through. There is plenty of boss one here to actually wipe him out if he cannot upgrade his graveyard. And there he goes. That's essentially the strat against a passive player. Now, I've actually made a ton of recordings of different scenarios you might run into doing your 1v1s, and I'll be happy to show you them.